All right, today we got a little project. Got the neighbor's welding machine. He's always gracious enough to let me use it, but he wants to add a torch. So we're gonna add a torch cart. So I'm gonna extend the back of this trailer. I've already cut some pieces. So basically I'm just gonna extend out this trailer a little bit. And then we've got that toolbox right there. It's gonna get mounted on this fender. So for that, you can see right here, cut this nice little piece. So this fender's a little flimsy. So what I'm gonna do is I made this little piece like so. So I gotta weld them together. And then you see I got that spot polished right there. That's gonna go like that. Bolt through. I've got some long carriage bolts. Bolt through right there. And that will stiffen that fender up. And then I can drill down through the bottom of that toolbox, mount it right to that fender. Simple little job. It'll make this little trailer a lot more usable as we bounce around the farm, and I help them with their land, and in exchange I get to use it to do whatever I need to do here on Acre. You guys that fabricate, then you already know this, but it was a little bit off. The whole thing was cocked that way a little bit. So I welded the outside of both of the sides and left that one tack up there. So now we've got it. It pulled itself over. One of the things that makes this fun for me is that I used to weld and fabricate for a living. I did that for a lot of years right when I first got out of high school. But I don't do that, and I have not done that in many, many years. But now when I get to do this, it's actually enjoyable. It means I don't do it for a living each and every day of my life. All that I'm doing right through here is I'm just cleaning off the stuff that came on that cart. It had some little chain hooks and things, but they're not necessary for what we're doing here. After I added this mount and then the one identical to this on the other side of this toolbox, it really made it super rigid. All right, another exciting day here on Acre, another project. So to show you what we got. We got the torch cart mounted, bolted here, super rigid. Now the torches be easy to swap out on and off the back. I added this little deal right here, which will just give us two options. So oxygen acetylene. Right here, we can either run a chain through and a little boomer, which is what my neighbor said he might do. But also I wanted another option of a ratchet strap, something simple. So I filed, I cut these tubes, I filed the inside of these edges. The worst case, ratchet straps don't last long out in the sun. but they'll last, you know, a year or two. But worst case, we can run a ratchet strap around, and then you got to picture a bottle right here, so it'll really cinch them down nice and tight. Then we got the toolbox is now as rigid as it could get, thanks to these here with another bolt, another little angle iron off the stub. Another one right here, another bolt, plus the bolts through the fender. Now when this thing bounces around the farm, it'll be good. That toolbox is aluminum, Amazon deal. The cart, another Amazon deal. So even the welding rod and the grinding disc, all Amazon stuff. The cool thing is we always repurpose. We're a homestead. So those are the wheels I cut off the cart. This is an old junky. I say junky. It's actually, the frame's really solid and heavy duty, but the tires are trashed on it. So these are solid wheels. They're plastic, but they're solid. So I'll just cut them wheels off or pull them wheels off. I might be able to slide it right back over that axle. Either way, reuse stuff. It's just like that angle iron and stuff you've seen me using for that. That was just scrap thing because there was a barn that burned up there. I went and pulled that stuff out of that barn. It was like a gate or something probably, but anyways, like when you just need just little short pieces of things. I mean, it's easy to be a hoarder. I try not to do that, but like small stuff like that, perfect. So now, hopefully the next time you see me using this welding machine, it's going to be doing the fire shield inside there off the firebox, off the main firebox, and putting a real dampener on the Oklahoma Joe here. But it's hot. It's really, really hot. The dew's dried up off the grass, so there is always a fire risk, and that's something don't want nothing to do with around here. We've been down that road a few times. But anyways, there you have it. Another project here on Pace Acre. I appreciate you guys following along. There's a lot of other good content on this channel, from barbecue videos with the Oklahoma Joe to videos with the Homestead Jeep to videos over there with the Storm Cellar. So there's just a lot of stuff up here, and faith videos if you're a believer, or even if you're not. There's a lot of good faith videos up also. But as always, guys, I appreciate you following along. But for now, guys, remember, feed your critters, love your neighbor, and follow Jesus. Have a great day.